Have you ever had an itch that made you stop and wonder what your body might be trying to tell you? As we get older, our bodies communicate in subtle ways, through aches, fatigue, or even itchiness. While most people brush off an occasional itch as just dry skin or a passing irritation, the truth is, where that itch appears on your body can reveal much more than you realize. In fact, certain areas of chronic itchiness in seniors have been linked to serious underlying health issues that might quietly shorten your lifespan. That's right, something as simple as a persistent itch could be your body's way of waving a red flag, signaling that it's time to pay closer attention. In this video, we'll explore 4 specific areas on the body where itchiness in older adults could point to deeper health concerns. These insights aren't just guesses or old wives' tales. They're based on real patterns observed by doctors and researchers studying aging and longevity. Each itchy spot tells a unique story about your blood flow, your organs, your nerves, and even your nutrition. By the end of this video, you'll know how to spot these warning signs and what steps you can take to stay ahead of them. So don't just brush off that itch. Stay with us till the end. Understanding what your body is trying to say might not only help you add years to your life, but also help you live those years with greater strength, clarity, and peace of mind. And if you haven't subscribed yet, now's a great time to do that. Plus, turn on the notification bell so you never miss our videos. Let's get started. Number 1. Persistent itchiness on the lower legs. One of the most overlooked but important signs that something deeper could be going on inside your body is a constant itch on the lower legs. It's easy to blame dry skin or just aging, but when your calves, shins, or ankles itch persistently without any visible rash or irritation, it might be time for a closer look. Doctors have found that older adults who frequently scratch their lower legs may be suffering from poor circulation, a condition called peripheral artery disease. This means blood isn't flowing freely through the small vessels in your lower limbs, causing the skin to dry out, become sensitive, and itch unusually. Let's consider 2 men, Harold and Dennis, both in their early 80s. Harold takes short, morning walks, stays active, and regularly checks his legs and feet, and hasn't noticed any issues. Dennis, however, has been less mobile lately. He feels tired more often, spends long periods sitting, and has started noticing a persistent itch on his legs, especially at night or after sitting for a while. He thinks it's dry skin and applies lotion, but it doesn't help. What Dennis doesn't realize is that this itching could be his body's way of signaling that blood isn't reaching his lower legs as efficiently as before. Poor circulation not only dries out the skin but also weakens muscles and tissues over time, putting extra strain on your heart, veins, and entire vascular system. In fact, poor leg circulation has been linked to higher risks of heart disease, stroke, and even cognitive decline. The legs are sometimes called the second heart, because they play a crucial role in pumping blood back to the rest of the body. If they struggle, your whole system can suffer. But here's the good news. This type of itchiness can be managed and even reversed if caught early. Movement is one of the best remedies. Gentle leg exercises, regular short walks, and elevating your feet when sitting all improve blood flow. Staying hydrated, wearing comfortable compression socks, and reducing salty food intake can also make a big difference. So if you've noticed an itch on your lower legs that just won't go away, especially with no rash or allergy, don't ignore it. Your body might be trying to get your attention in the only way it knows how. Number 2. Unexplained. Itching on the upper or mid-back and itch in the middle of your back can be tough to reach, but what if it's trying to send you an important message? Many older adults experience persistent itchiness on their upper or mid-back, and this could be another signal worth paying attention to. While it's easy to blame an itchy upper or mid-back on dry skin or an irritating shirt tag, this kind of itch often signals something deeper. One lesser-known but serious cause of persistent itchiness in this area is trouble with the liver or kidneys, 2 vital organs responsible for filtering toxins and maintaining the body's internal balance. When these organs struggle, waste products can build up in the bloodstream and irritate the skin, causing itchiness, especially in areas like the back where nerve endings are densely concentrated. Consider Dorothy and Janice, both 76 years old. Dorothy keeps up with regular checkups, drinks plenty of water, and has always had healthy skin. Janice, however, has recently felt more fatigued than usual, noticed swelling in her ankles, and started scratching her back frequently, especially at night. She's tried changing detergents and moisturizing regularly, but the itch persists. What Janice doesn't realize is that her persistent back itch could be a sign that her kidneys are under strain, or her liver isn't efficiently processing toxins anymore. When these organs don't function well, it can affect digestion, sleep, energy levels, and mental clarity. Itchy skin caused by liver or kidney dysfunction usually lasts a long time, doesn't respond to typical remedies, and appears without any rash. It's also more common at night, making sleep difficult and draining energy even further. Though it might seem unrelated, this chronic itch has been linked to shorter lifespans in older adults, not because the itch itself is harmful, but because it signals deeper imbalances that may worsen silently. This isn't a reason to panic, but a call to check in with your body. A simple blood test can often reveal how well your liver and kidneys are functioning. Staying hydrated, eating a diet low in processed foods, cutting back on alcohol, and monitoring salt intake can reduce strain on these organs. If you're on multiple medications, it's wise to discuss their effects on your liver and kidneys with your doctor. So next time your back itches for no clear reason, pause and listen. Your skin might be the first sign your body is under internal stress. If you're still watching and finding this information helpful, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future videos. Your support helps us continue making content that informs and inspires. Now let's move on. Number 3. Frequent itching on the scalp or neck. Persistent itching on the scalp or back of the neck in older adults is often dismissed as dry skin, a shampoo reaction, or just a normal part of aging. But there's often more happening beneath the surface. For many seniors, this type of itch signals something deeper: stress, inflammation, or changes in the nervous system that can impact both physical and mental resilience. The nerves around the scalp and neck are highly sensitive and tend to be the first to react when the body is under stress, especially emotional or neurological strain that builds gradually over time. Let's look at Leonard and Ray, both in their late 70s. Leonard stays socially active, enjoys gardening, and practices light meditation. He's always had a calm demeanor. Ray, however, has found retirement difficult. He feels restless at night, spends more time indoors, and has been carrying a lot of unnoticed stress. Over the past few months, Ray started scratching his head more frequently, first only in the evenings, then throughout the day. There's no rash, no flakes, and no obvious explanation. He switched shampoos and bought a new pillowcase, but nothing helped. What Ray didn't realize is that this itch was likely a physical sign of emotional tension and nervous system fatigue. As we age, our stress response becomes less efficient. Instead of calming quickly after worry, the body can stay in a low-level state of alert, keeping cortisol levels high and immune function suppressed. This ongoing tension often shows up in the most sensitive nerve endings, like those on the scalp and neck. Chronic itching in this area has also been linked to neurological conditions such as neuropathy. Even early signs of cognitive decline can sometimes show up as persistent itching. While it's not always something serious, this kind of symptom should never be ignored. The good news is, there are ways to calm your nervous system and reduce the itch. Simple techniques like deep breathing exercises, spending time outdoors, reconnecting with friends, or journaling a few thoughts before bedtime can help regulate your body's stress response. Take Ray, for example. He started making small lifestyle changes, going for short morning walks, turning off the news after dinner, and calling his brother once a week. Over time, he noticed the itching gradually faded as the tension eased from his shoulders and his mind became calmer. If you've been dealing with an itch on your scalp or neck that won't go away, and you've ruled out skin conditions or allergies, it's worth taking a closer look at how you've been feeling, not just physically, but emotionally too. Your body reacts not only to what's on the outside, but also to what you carry inside. Sometimes a persistent itch is your nervous system's way of gently tapping you on the shoulder, asking for a little care. When we think about health problems, we usually imagine obvious symptoms like shortness of breath or memory loss. But did you know that persistent itching on the chest or abdomen can also reveal important clues about your health? For older adults, frequent itchiness in the torso, especially the chest and belly, could be more than just a minor skin issue. It often signals nutritional deficiencies or problems with absorbing nutrients. These issues can quietly weaken your body's strength, immune system, and repair abilities. Consider Joyce and Elaine, both 81 years old. Joyce still enjoys cooking balanced meals with fruits, vegetables, and protein, even if she eats less than before. Elaine, on the other hand, has lost interest in food over the past year, often skipping meals and relying on easy snacks like crackers or canned soup. She noticed her chest and belly itching more, especially in the evenings, sometimes accompanied by dryness and tenderness. She tried changing body washes but found no relief. What Elaine didn't realize is that as we age, our digestive system becomes less efficient at absorbing key nutrients like vitamin B12, essential fatty acids, zinc, and magnesium. Without enough of these, the skin dries out, nerve signals get irregular, and the immune system weakens. The chest and abdomen, rich in nerve endings and blood vessels, become sensitive and itchy. More importantly, these internal nutrient gaps can affect muscle strength, energy, and brain function. The tricky part is that malnutrition often hides behind a normal weight. You might not lose pounds, but your body could still be starving for vital nutrients. So, persistent itching in this area might be an early warning that your body needs better nourishment. The good news? This is one of the easiest problems to fix. Improving your nutrition doesn't require major changes. Just small, simple additions like a handful of nuts, a boiled egg, fresh berries, or a good multivitamin can make a big difference over time. If you've noticed itching across your chest or belly and haven't been eating as well lately, consider this a gentle reminder to nourish yourself, not just for comfort, but for lasting health. Now that you know about these 4 specific itchy spots on the body, take a quiet moment to reflect. Have you noticed any of these signs lately? An occasional itch might seem minor, but each one can carry deeper meaning. From poor circulation in the legs, liver, or kidney strain, stress worn into the nerves of the scalp, to subtle nutritional gaps across the chest and abdomen, your body is always trying to communicate. It doesn't shout, it whispers. And often, those whispers come through your skin. The most important thing to remember is that none of these signs mean your fate is sealed. Each is an invitation to check in with yourself, slow down, and give your body what it needs before a small warning turns into a bigger problem. You can walk a bit more, eat a little better, rest more deeply, and reconnect with yourself and others. If even one of these signs felt familiar today, don't ignore it. Start with one small change. If none felt familiar, that's even better. But now you know what to watch for and what to do if things shift. Because the goal isn't just to live longer, it's to live longer with clarity, independence, and joy. Listening to your body's early signals, even the itchy ones, is one of the smartest things you can do. Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below sharing one thing you learned and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts motivate and encourage us. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us keep creating meaningful content to inform and inspire. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.